Oh, he's catching too. Yeah. Ooh, oh! Oh! You gotta knock the fuck out, boy!
How to exert more self-confidence in a self-defense scenario, or really in any aspect of your life. Now, what can we do? We have to break it up into two sections, a little bifurcation. We have internal projections and we have external projections. Let's focus on the external initially, because I know that's what most of you people want to hear about. You want to hear about, well, what do I do with my body? I put my body like that, how do I make them scared of me? This is what you do. One is eye contact. A lot of people feel like, man, if I stare this guy in his eye, he's gonna know what's up. But actually, it's the opposite of that. You should use selective eye contact. So a certain amount of aloofness and distancing from the person you're about to fight, or the bully, or maybe even, this is kind of sideways and lateral, but even a girl you might like. Like, if you want to give off confidence in general, you don't want to do this. You don't want to just be staring awkwardly at the person. This gives off an awkward, sort of uneasy feeling, and it's actually not going to win you any friends. So what you actually want to do is you want to use selective eye contact, right? A certain amount of aloofness, like I said previously, with intermittent moments of direct eye contact. Okay, and this is what you want to do. This is what's going to help endear you to people, right? You don't want to be overly available to anyone. This can be a bully, this can be a girl, this can be someone who's about to fight you. You want to use selective eye contact, and use that eye contact in moments where it's necessary, in moments where you're at threat, at moments when there's something engaging occurring. But a creepy stare isn't going to win you over anyone, and it's not going to intimidate anyone either. It's just going to give off a sense of weirdness. Let's talk about shoulders. What do I do with my shoulders? How do I stand? Do I stand like this? Do I stand like one up and one down like Michael Jackson? What do I do with my shoulders? This is what you do with your shoulders. When the time calls, if this is a self-defense scenario, you square your shoulders up like a man. As soon as you sense them start to give you any sort of weirdness, any sort of threat, you always blade your shoulders. I taught you that though. If you watch my videos, you know that already. If you're new to the channel, you blade your shoulders. If you sense they're trying some funny business, I'm gonna blade my shoulders. Why? Because I'm ready for anything that may come. I'm ready to slip, I'm ready to roll, I'm ready to pick shots off. But guess what? You can't do that if you're square. But if you're just in conversation and there's a respectable amount of distance, we're talking about kicking range distance, what do? We square our shoulders up. You know what tells me a person's not confident? When I'm talking to them and they're doing this, or they're doing this. What does this tell you when a person does this with their arms? They're unsure of themselves. They're uncomfortable. They're guarding. They're closing up their heart and themselves. They're not really at peace and comfortable with who they are. So relax your arms, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and look at the person. Selective eye contact and some straight on shoulder positioning is gonna win you over a lot of friends, and it's also gonna win you over a lot of respect, and no one's gonna take advantage of you. Now, when your shoulders are on point, your eyes are on point, what are your feet doing? What are your feet doing? Look at my feet. If you're standing like this, if you're standing like that, guess what? If you're standing like that with your feet like a penguin, no one respects a person that stands like a penguin. I knew a kid named Lenny Bentavenga back in 8th grade, and he always had these penguin feet, and it may have been genetic, I'm not judging him, but his feet were always splayed out like that. Everyone picked on him. Now, is it only about the feet? I don't know, but I know there was a common thread between him and Ahmed. There were two kids that got bullied, and it was that their feet both splayed out in a 45-degree angle. So take it from me, if you can fix the foot alignment, let's straighten those toes out. Let's keep them roughly shoulder length apart, facing forward. When you sense the feet splay, don't delay. Straighten the toes out, and you're gonna save yourself from a lot of bullying and a lot of just uncomfortable situations. I've never seen a great athlete whose feet pointed out like that. I've never seen an Olympic level athlete that when they walk around, maybe you can comment below and let me know if I'm wrong, but their feet are facing out 45. Never in my life. Straighten your feet out, shoulder length apart, selective eye contact, good shoulder positioning. Your confidence is gonna raise naturally. All right, let's talk about some more external context. You gotta work out. So this is the number one thing, that confidence is earned. You can't just have confidence. Some people are born more confident. No, they've mastered pseudo-confidence. It was probably instilled by their parents. You know, they naturally give off this sense of confidence because their parents endeared that to them. But listen, if it's not earned, it's not real. So you gotta work out. If we're talking external, we gotta work out. It could be a simple body weight exercise. It could be weightlifting. It could be running. But I suggest martial arts training. real martial arts training is gonna do the job. Let's get you wrestling, let's get you doing jiu-jitsu, let's get you doing Muay Thai, and definitely some boxing, because boxing, just to act as sparring toughens you up. You gotta do it, okay? Because pseudo-confidence isn't gonna do anything for you. It's all fake, and a real bully or a real threat to that confidence, a real man is gonna shatter that confidence as soon as he sees it. Avoid the delusion and allure of pseudo-confidence. It's not real. So those are the external factors. We're talking about eye contact, shoulder positioning, foot positioning, avoid the 45-degree feet. Let's talk about martial arts training. Let's talk about real development of confidence, not pseudo development, because that's gonna get shattered quickly. But now, when we move into the internal, some people think it's a little bit less sexy, the internal aspect, but I argue that it's probably a little bit more important, to be quite honest. Your thoughts are gonna control your actions. Your thoughts are gonna control your reality. So we have to figure out how we can take control of our thoughts and manufacture them into a confidence factory, so that everything we do exudes a sense of confidence. So no one's picking on us in school, no one's bullying us, people aren't trying to take advantage of us. It's just not happening. It's the body language you give off, but it's also coming from the inside out. You can't just manufacture it and be fake about it, because a real thief or a real criminal, a real bully is gonna see right through it. When I say thoughts, what do I mean? I'm talking about the idea that in your mind, you have to always remember, no matter what happens, you'll always be okay. There's nothing that can possibly happen in that moment, whether it's a self-defense scenario or a school bully, everything will always be okay. There's nothing that's gonna happen in that scenario that you won't recover from. So just making that a real notion in your mind is gonna give you a certain sense of relaxation, a certain sense of self-confidence that's gonna exude from the inside out. The only way to gain confidence is to earn it. So keep in mind that your confidence will be developed over time, but it has to be through hard work, a daily effort of physical training, studying body language. Another concept when we talk about the internal factors is a thing called non-reactivity. Whenever we're in a stressful situation that impedes on our confidence, we often overreact, okay? So what does this mean? Things happen, something stressful, self-defense scenario, things speed up, but we never give ourselves enough time, so we overreact, we overthink, and we generally don't work our way through the scenario in an intelligent way. Now, typically, whenever we're in a stressful situation with someone else, we always give them 30% more time than we give ourselves when we're in a stressful situation. Now, why is that? Because we live within ourselves and we're always trying to be efficient and be fast, and speed is important to us. But whenever you're in a stressful situation, a self-defense situation, take your time to think your way through it. Don't overreact. That lack of overreaction is actually going to give off an interpretation of confidence. The person on the outside is going to look at this guy and go, you know what? He seems like a confident guy. Maybe I won't try my luck with him today. He's not overreacting. Overreacting in emotion, overreacting physically, they're all signs of a person that's not confident in themselves. And last but not least is meditate, internal. How do we develop the internal? We gotta meditate, right? So what meditation does, at least from my perspective, is it compartmentalizes different aspects of yourself. So whenever I don't meditate, like right now I haven't meditated in quite a while, I notice that a lot of my thoughts are jumbled, a lot of my emotions are all over the place. So this is maybe a note to myself to meditate more, but meditating is gonna help you put all of those falsified notions about yourself in a box so you can analyze them, see them, and close the door, close the cupboard door on some of the thoughts and manifestations in your mind that aren't useful to your confidence. Okay, keep the doors open on the things that give you strength, close the doors on the aspects of yourself that aren't real and that are maybe environmentally imposed or imposed by your parents that are no longer doing you justice. Meditate, necessary. So that's it. If you like what you saw here, make sure you guys click this video here. It'll help you with a little bit of your martial arts training. Click here if you're interested in more of my street self-defense stuff, and always subscribe. It helps build the channel, and we want to be able to help more people, and the only way we can really do that is if you subscribe, like, comment, etc. So those are two things: confidence, internal, external. Keep it simple. That's it. I'll see you guys soon in the next 2 days or so with a new video.